on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. What's up, Bakers? We are coming live from the Roosevelt Studios, RSV LTS. Don't have a Roosevelt shirt on today. I'm still waiting for their care package. I dug up a couple from spring training. I'm excited for more, getting some comments. Got my Yankees polo on. It's a Yankees record day. I think when I'm recording Talking Yanks, I can have permission to rock some Yankees gear, so I'm excited to do that. Producer BBD in the corner had a nice moment this morning. I was like, you know what? I'm going to seize the day. I'm going to get it today. Great baseball action last night. Great baseball action. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about that. I ordered Starbucks to go, and I was all excited. I was like, you know what? A little Starbucks reduced turkey, bacon, fat sandwich, whatever they call it. Ordered it. Turned out the place I normally pick it up, right by my subway station, their mobile order was off, but the app didn't tell me. So I went in there and did like the crazy guy thing. I was like, hey, just here for pickup, not trying to make a scene. And they're like, oh, no, our mobile order's closed. And I was like, no, I ordered. And then everyone kind of did the like, oh, this doesn't end well for you. So got some Dunkin' for the first time in a while, so I'm excited about that. And what I'm really excited about, BBD, is getting into the game of the night and made a little bit of an audible. I think a lot of you are probably expecting Dodgers-Astros, and we are going to talk about that a lot because it's a full baseball slate. But the game of the night that I wanted to talk about is the Nats and the Jays, baby. And I think this one I wanted to talk about from a sports fan perspective because what we kind of try to do here is show off, well, basically show off baseball players, but athletes are awesome. They have great personalities, and we need to get them out there more. And more importantly, the stories are cool. So the Blue Jays call up their top prospect, Nate Pearson. Big Nate, big boy. I think he's hit a 104 on the pitch thing. What do they call that? Miles per hour. Anyways, he goes against Max Scherzer, his first Major League start. Blue Jay fans are stoked about this. He's, like, copied Max Scherzer coming up through the minors, which I guess a lot of pitchers probably emulated a little bit, but pretty awesome. They face off, and Pearson does well. He starts off, he gives up a couple hits, but 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 75 pitches, MLB debut. Pretty good for Big Nate. Scherzer, by the way, he's back at it. 7.1 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. He throws 112 pitches, which is funny. We've seen a lot of pitchers on pitch counts. More importantly, this game goes zeros through 9. 0-0 both ways. Nats needing a win big time. Blue Jays trying to get off to that good start. Seeing some East Coast bite in the chat. You're right. And we did label this Nats at Jays at Nats because this was a Jays home game in the National Stadium. It's still a weird year, folks. They go to extras. And BBD, I feel terrible. And I know you've heard me say this a few times right now. I'm fine with the new extra inning rule. I think it was actually fun with the Dodgers in Houston last night. It kind of added a little extra wrinkle. My guy, Shun Yamaguchi, he comes over from overseas. His first 2 appearances have been in the 10th inning with runners on. And he goes walk, which is tough, and that's on him. I'm not going to defend him there. But then he strikes out Robles. He strikes out Trey Turner, who are like the 2 scariest guys on that team right now. And then Eaton reaches on an infield single, which I think he kicked and he got a piece of. And I just feel so bad for this guy. His first 2 Major League appearances. After that, Ass Crabs hits an RBI triple. Everybody comes home. It's 4-0. That's how the game finishes. And I more so, I think if you're a sports fan, circle this one a little bit because it could be pretty cool one day that Nate Pearson had his first start against Max Scherzer if down the road in a couple years Nate Pearson is who he can be. So that's what we had as the game of the day. There was a bunch of options. There was so many options. It really was, we're as biased as it comes, I guess, in the baseball world. But there was a lot of great baseball last night. Other games that we thought about, I mean, let's just do the Dodgers in Houston now, because I think if their game the night before hadn't been what it was, we'd probably be talking about Dodgers-Houston, two of the best teams in the league, and they go 13 innings? 13? Yeah. 13, yeah. Luckily, I fired off a lucky tweet during the ninth inning, a little jab at Manfred. He's, I was going to say he's a friend of the family. He's not. But they go 13 innings, and yeah, man, I actually enjoyed the extra inning rule. It definitely isn't good pure baseball, but especially with two futuristic teams that don't bunt, like, I don't know, that might be a little leg up. If you're one of the Royals or one of the teams that doesn't have kind of proud power hitters throughout the lineup, I don't know. You might have an advantage in extra innings because you can get one run so easily. It's a bunt in and out. And all these guys are swinging for the fences and bunts. But the Dodgers, they get him in the 13th, two-run homer from the leadoff hitter, and that kind of ended it, so everyone was getting in. And, yeah, I think it didn't deserve the game of the night, BBD. There was a lot of good action. I saw someone in the chat, Real D50.
Too many contenders.
Too many contenders. Real D50 mentions Yaz walked it off. You're going to be hearing about Yastrzemski later. Potentially bro of the night. We'll talk about that. BBD, I'm going to burn through all the games, and then we'll circle up on it, because there is so much good baseball action from last night. I was getting used to the Roosevelt shirt, man. They've got me hooked.
That shirt's got kind of Roosevelt's vibes.
It does a little bit. Like, this is as close as the Yankees organization could ever get to Roosevelt. That's as far as the Yankees would let them go. Let's go through it, guys. Rockies and A's, they were the afternoon game yesterday. German Marquez, 8 Ks through 6 innings pitched. Rockies, 5 A's, 1. My Rocks are off to a hot start. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I've been backing them pretty hard for the offseason, so I'm happy about that. And know what their secret is, BBD? Know what I looked up right before we went live? They have the lowest ERA in baseball right now as a team. So that's a good way to win baseball games, and that's not normally Rockies baseball. The D-backs and the Rangers caught some of this game, caught the best part of this game. D-backs come back. Eduardo Escobar, I love him. He hits a big triple. He's so much fun to watch on a baseball field. He just does a little bit of everything. It's awesome. A guy who doesn't do a little bit of everything, but he's a beast. Joey Gallo hits an opposite field shot. That ties it up right after Arizona took the lead. They go to 4-4. They tack on from there. Rangers get a win that they desperately needed. Lance Lynn, I believe, started that one and had another crazy start. He's a monster. Good to see all the aces around MLB yesterday. White Sox, Cleveland, another game that goes zeros through 8 innings. Grandal and Jimenez end up getting some sac flies. Giolito shoved. And I think it was Zach Plesac for the Indians. Dan Plesac's nephew, he looked really good. 8 innings pitched, 11 Ks. We did the Nats and the Jays. That was fun. Cubs and Reds, shootout. I took them on JJR. Stick with us for that after this. I took the under on that because it was Hendricks and Sonny Gray, and Sonny Gray's been good. Hendricks had the complete game. Both teams end up going nuts. Reds go up 9-0. Cubs fight back a little bit. Reds, they needed this win. Amir Garrett was talking on Twitter about it. Sonny Gray's, I guess he sets the major league record again. Yeah, because that's how that works. 1 hit through 6.2 innings, 11 Ks. They get Moustakas and Senzel back. Senzel homers. Pretty cool. Good for the Reds. Get that going. That team's a lot of fun. Yankees beat up on the Orioles. DJ LeMahieu's back. Judge goes yard. Good times. Garrett Cole, his line does get spoiled. He gives up a late home run, and man, he's a different dude. He's fun to watch. It was fun watching him in the dugout. Him and Gary Sanchez, like little teddy bear Gare and Garrett Cole having conversation is really weird. Yanks keep rolling. Rays and the Braves. Braves win 7-4. Freddie Freeman puts on a show. He's awesome. He might be one of the most underrated players in baseball. he just does it year in, year out. After Charlie Morton comes out of the game, the Salt Man. Royals-Tigers 5-4. Tigers win 5-4. I assume it's a good game. Someone tell me. I don't know anyone who watched that. Tigers are 4-2. Good note by producer BBD. LOL. Tigers are 4-2. LOL. Red Sox Mets. This was really fun, at least for the part I turned into. DeGrom Day for the Mets, and I think they had 15 hits or something like that, and they get the L. Christian Vasquez with a big game. He's a spark for them, man. I actually love watching him play. If he wasn't a Red Sox, I think I'd be a big Christian Vasquez guy. Cespedes bomb, always a good time. We like that a lot. And then Workman gets the bases loaded, and then he gets Cespedes. He gets Cano to end it. Cano with a little bloop to center. Doesn't get enough. And a really good play by Devers to keep that game 1 run and secure the win. He's really improved at third base. Credit to Devers. Because that's an easy joke for Yankees fans otherwise. Cardinals, Twins. Twins win 3-0. Rich Hill, 5 scoreless innings. Eddie Rosario with a home run. Also noted by producer BBD on his fantasy team's bench. How about that? Padres, Giants. Trent Grisham with a big 3-run home run. Yastrzemski hits 2, and his second of the night is a walk-off. Just seeing Yastrzemski in baseball is silly, and he's been good. He's been really good for them. The pesky Giants, they get a win and they stop the Padres. And the Brewers, Woodruff shoves 10 Ks in 6.2 innings. He's pretty nasty. Ben Gamble, Talking Baseball pregame show hero, and Keston Hiura, homer, also picked in the pregame show. So it really was a great night of baseball. Again, you're not going to find a less biased company about it because we do love baseball. I don't know, BBD, what did I miss? What do you think deserves a follow-up shout-out?
Well, Rosario homered on my bench.
Sure.
A note on that is I went at like 8:09, then 8:10 start to switch him out because I saw Kepler was out, and I have both of them. We have one too many Twins, and I just missed the cutoff.
That's tough.
Happens.
Tough. Yeah, fantasy baseball lineups, you kind of need the empty bench just because you don't want to make mistakes and you don't want to leave points on the bench. That's tricky. And welcome to the Fantasy Baseball Hour. No, we're not doing that right now.
Sonny Gray shoved.
Sonny Gray shoved. We talked about this throughout all of our baseball shows yesterday, but it was good to see a lot of the ace starters back on the hill. A lot of good performances. And I think we're full tilt. I think all the bats are either caught up or you're not. Your team is going. A couple Yankees slumping. Gary Sanchez, Brett Gardner look horrible right now. Luckily, those two guys are so beloved by Yankees Twitter, so that was fun to see. But yeah, man, there was so much good baseball last night. It was tough to pick a game of the night. Luckily, the baseball was kind of the only news. In the football, there was more opt-outs after we signed off yesterday. Damian Williams, I think. Someone for the Chiefs there. Did anyone? There's another
Nate Solder opted out for the Giants.
Nate Solder for the Giants. That's right. We talked about that. We actually did Talking Sports last night. Go check that out. We had Bobby Skinner talking about that. And yeah, it's coming to football, and it makes sense, and it's going to be interesting to see. Bobby had a really good take on it, and so did Keith. And again, I kind of refer to them for a lot of the football stuff we talk on that show, but football guys are wired differently. A couple guys are going to pull out, but, they're football dudes. Their hobby is running into each other. So we'll see what other teams it affects. I don't think football is going to really, have a whoa moment unless a quarterback pulls out, and I don't think we've heard any rumors of that. And it would have to be really a perfect storm. It would have to be, a veteran quarterback who's collected his money, who's just, screw it. I don't know. But that's kind of the news from football.
There's also the first college football player.
That's right, the kid from Virginia Tech, the all-ACC corner. He pulls out. And I think you're going to see a lot of that, and you probably should. They're not getting paid. They're not getting paid. Colleges, aren't returning.
Especially if you, the one article I read about him is that he's, a first-round lock.
Yeah.
So, if
right,
you're a
why
lock,
would you risk it? Yeah.
You should opt out even if there's no coronavirus.
Just stay healthy, yeah. That's actually a great call by him. That'll be interesting to follow. And the Golden Domers, Notre Dame. We didn't write it down, but they're joining the ACC schedule. If college football happens, what is this? So that'll be fun if they play football games. I guess they will. We'll see. And hey, a shout out to everyone that's been listening and watching Wake and Jake. We appreciate you guys. Yesterday's ep was at 9.9K. So if you want to just click it again so we could get to 10K, that'd be pretty cool. But that's awesome. Thank you guys so much. I think that Joe Kelly Dodgers thing helped us out a little bit, but we appreciate you guys tuning in. There's so many sports fans out there, and that's what we're trying to do here. My favorite comment of the day, which will kind of segue. Well, actually, I'm going to save it. Let's do our bro of the night, and then I'll save the comment of the day from you guys. Please leave a comment. Picking the best one every day. Like it, too. I guess the likes count. I don't really know how any of it works.
If it gets a lot of likes, there's a better chance we'll see it.
Yeah, put some likes, put some views. We appreciate you guys. It helps out. My bro of the night is Mike Yastrzemski. I saw some people in the chat asking about it. Oh, and a good note by Spider-Man93 in the chat. Nick Markakis opted in yesterday. That's definitely of note. Baseball kind of flipped the script yesterday. Soto came back. Baseball's got really good momentum right now. Knock on wood.
A lot of guys came back yesterday.
My bro of the night is Mike Yastrzemski. And the runner-up was Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo is the heart of that offense, and he tied the game in the 8th inning with a huge opposite field home run, lefty on lefty. But Yaz, man, Yaz hits 2 home runs in this game. He hits the walk-off into the drink, baby. I like that. Oh, little burp. I like that a lot. And yeah, man, I did when we started doing Talking Baseball last year, I did a little piece on Yastrzemski. I think it's on the YouTube if people want to Google it. And he's a Vandy guy. Go Doors. And his grandpa is one of the best baseball players to ever play. So that's cool. He's off to a hot start this year. He hit 21 homers in 107 games last year. Like, the dude can play a little bit. So, and that's really cool, man. It's good seeing Yastrzemski in a box score. It's good seeing that he's good. I know that sounds super dumb, and that's what a lot of my stuff sounds like. But can you imagine what his, minor league life was like? Like, if you're any dude on the other team, you're like, oh, Yastrzemski, huh? Yaz? That's you, huh? That's in your blood? You know, my dad's a plumber. I don't have that. Here comes 95 up and in. I'm guessing he had a tough minor leagues. He didn't make it to the show until he was 27 or 28. It was his age 28 season. And all he's done since he's come up is hit. So good for him. Good for the Giants getting a win. BBD, who is your bro or bruh of the night?
Yeah, not a lot of other Yastrzemskis running around.
No.
But I already gave Sonny Gray his shout out.
Yep.
He was on my list. I believe today is my first lady bro of the night.
Yes.
Sabrina Ionescu went off in the WNBA. The Liberty lose, but she pours in 33 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, doing it all. Second game. If she's going to be like the next big star in the WNBA.
Yes.
With her Kobe connection and just how good she was in college and clearly already is in the WNBA. She's going to take that league to new heights. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Like her.
We like her. And she's a star. That's the bigger thing. I think whatever sport it is or whatever facet of life, I think that's the biggest thing for me is you could be cooking. Look at Guy Fieri. I don't want to compare Ionescu to Guy Fieri a lot because I think the comparison stopped there. But if you're a star, you're a star. And she's an absolute star. She's incredible. She's probably going to start racking up triple doubles in the WNBA because that's what she did in college. Special person, special ball player. Nice pick, BBD. And now this leads us into my favorite comment from yesterday in the YouTube comments. Appreciate y'all. And it was, I really dig this new show, Jake. I wish it had a bit more basketball news, but overall, great stuff. And 2 things I liked. They said a bit is one word. And I really like that. I think it should be one word because when you read it like that, you're like, a bit. It's just a bit. When you have it spaced out, I think it changes the word for me. And the good news is basketball starts tonight. So I'm bringing that into my what to watch for, or what we're watching tonight. The NBA games are on tonight. We're obviously a company that's built on baseball to a degree, and the Yankees are on, and it's a record day. So the Yankees are going to be on mostly. So I'm going to catch the start of the Pelicans-Jazz game, hoping Zion plays. I know he was listed as questionable. So I'm going to probably watch the first 30 minutes of that game and see what the action looks like. Is it going to be intense? I mean, so far, I think it is. I've only seen highlights. Bobby Skinner from Talking Giants, again, new episode for them today. He's been watching, like, way too deeply, kind of weird, but he says it's been really good action, so I'm excited to see that. And then hopefully I will catch the end of the Lakers-Clippers game. Excited to see what that looks like. The LA teams, two of the favorites to win it this year. So I'm going to catch the start of one game, and I'll probably catch the end of the other. BBD, what are you watching tonight?
Well, I'll be in the office with you watching those games, so that's what I will literally be watching tonight, as well as the Yankees. But I've got my eye on Cleveland Indians and Minnesota Twins. I don't know. I like those Central lineups. Pretty much every day there's a game in the Central I'm into. But they got Bieber and Barrios going head-to-head today.
Yeah,
so.
That's a good one. Yeah, and you're right, BBD. In that Central, I mean, you take out the Tigers and the Royals and the Pirates, but the other 7 teams, if they're playing each other, are like really good kind of fair matchups. So that's a good what we're watching tonight going forward. Guys, the Bakers in the chat, Wake and Jake Bakers, we appreciate you guys so much. The tourists that come over from the morning show, again, that's on the new channel. It's not gone. Go check out Morning with John Boy. A lot of you did, and you came over here, and that's pretty awesome. So we appreciate you guys. Again, leave a funny, silly comment. Say I'm beautiful. I don't know. Maybe I'll read that. But we appreciate you. Again, the early numbers are awesome with this. You guys are liking it. We appreciate it. Thank you, BBD. Go check out everything on the network today. Sequence with Trevor Plouffe. Talking sports with myself, Bobby Skinner, Keith McPherson. Talking Giants. They're rolling stuff out every day. Laughs from the past. I think we've got a mini episode out with that. JJR coming to you live in 10 minutes or so. And then a new episode of Talking Baseball voicemail ep, if you will. And that was actually a lot of fun. Great questions from the people. We had fun doing that. Thank you guys so much. Glad we got to Wake and Jake with you today. BBD, let's get out of here. Let's do it.
Hey, Jake's back and he's got his own show. He's on the mic and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing